LX Proverbs chapter 5, have faith. Know that it'll work out in the end. If you make it work, so make it work. It takes a certain amount of faith to drive a car home, yet we do it every day. It'll work out, just go. Execute with faith. It's a word that often conjures up a spiritual or religious connotation, a belief in the unseen or the unknown. But faith is not just confined to spiritual practices or belief in something higher than oneself. Faith is also the belief in the process, in the outcome, and in our own ability to make things happen. Faith is the fuel that drives us to take the next step when uncertainty looms ahead. One of the most profound demonstrations of faith happens in our daily lives, often without us giving it much thought. Think about it. Every time we get into a car, we're operating on a deep, inherent faith. We trust that the car will start, that the engine will hum to life, that the tires will roll smoothly, and that we will reach our destination without any significant problems. We don't sit there and question whether or not the car will work or if we'll be able to navigate the road safely. We don't fret over the technicalities of how the machine functions. We simply get in, turn the key or press the button and go. What if we approached every task in life with the same certainty? What if instead of overthinking, doubting, and hesitating, we simply acted with the understanding that the process will unfold the way it's supposed to if we put in the work and trust in ourselves? The key here is execution. Faith is not passive. It is not something we sit on and hope it manifests in our lives. Faith requires action. It requires us to execute our plans, to take steps, and to make decisions with the belief that we are capable of navigating whatever challenges may arise along the way. The courage to start. It's easy to overcomplicate things, to look at the big picture and get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of steps required to reach our goals. But often the hardest part is simply starting. West End at the edge of a decision or a new venture, and it feels like there's a massive chasm in front of us. We look down at the unknown, we weigh the risks, we think of the possible failures, and we hesitate, but consider the act of getting into your car once more. The road ahead is uncertain. There could be traffic, accidents, bad weather, or any number of obstacles, but you don't stop and analyze every potential hazard before putting the car in drive. You have a destination, you've made the decision to go, and you have faith in the car to get you there. You trust that despite the unknowns, the car will do its job and take you where you need to go. You don't second guess the process because you know it will work out if you simply drive. Starting anything in life requires the same leap of faith. It's that initial decision to believe in yourself, to trust that even though you don't know exactly what will happen, you can handle whatever comes your way. When you start a new project, a business, or a creative endeavor, you're essentially getting into a metaphorical car. You don't know the entire route, you don't have a guarantee that things will go perfectly, but you make the decision to take action and drive toward your goal anyway. The power of momentum. Once you've started, the next step is to keep moving. Momentum is powerful. The more you execute, the more confidence you build. It's like the car that starts driving down the road. It's easier to keep going once you've begun. Even when things get bumpy or unexpected detours arise, you have faith in your ability to steer through challenges. In life, when we put off decisions or wait for the right moment, we miss out on building that momentum. The fear of failure or the pressure to have everything figured out can paralyze us, leaving us stuck in the same place, never progressing. But the act of executing, even imperfectly, is what allows us to move forward. Look at any successful entrepreneur, artist, or athlete. At some point, they had to take that leap of faith to execute despite not knowing the full outcome. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They didn't wait until all the pieces were perfectly aligned. They took the first step, then the second, then the third. Each step built upon the last, and with each small victory, their belief in the process and in themselves grew stronger. Handling the challenges, no journey is without its bumps and detours. The road may not always be smooth, and there may be moments when you question your decision to keep going. But remember, the presence of obstacles doesn't mean you failed. It's simply part of the journey. Think back to the analogy of driving the car. There will be potholes, there will be traffic, and there may even be times when you need to pull over and reassess. But your destination doesn't change. Faith isn't about avoiding difficulties. It's about trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way